Another county now in our area confirms a case of a food-borne parasite. So when it comes to food-borne illnesses, we know the big names, the food poisoning, E. coli, listeria, salmonella, kind of the Mount Rushmore of stomach bugs. You know the symptoms, and they aren't pretty. But there are plenty of other food-borne illnesses. Enter cyclospora. This is a parasitic infection that has popped up recently in our area. It spreads when food comes in contact with feces, and the symptoms can last for weeks. There are more than 130 cases in Wake County, and just this afternoon, Durham County reported a case from back in July. Health officials think the outbreak is linked to vegetables and herbs. The problem is they don't know which ones or where they came from. I spoke to WRAL health reporter Grace Haber about what we do know. So, Grace, catch us up to speed. Where are we now in this investigation to sort out how people are getting sick?
Yeah, my hunt into exactly how many cases North Carolina really has and to determine where cyclospora is spreading definitely continues. I mean, even today, as you and I sat down to talk about this story, I got a text from a viewer saying someone else she knows has gotten sick and now they're going to get tested because they think their symptoms are in line with cyclospora. What's really adding to the confusion here, though, and the concern is that the state hasn't told us exactly where these cases are coming from outside of Wake County. So we don't know elsewhere in the state who has been reporting cases.
Still, though, knowing it's in Wake County, that people want more specifics. We've been trying to get those answers. It's been difficult to get them.
Yeah, a lot of people have reached out simply asking, hey, can you tell me what grocery stores or what restaurants to avoid? And really, Dan, the reality is we don't have those answers for you because the health department hasn't answered them for us. We want to know those answers too. The closest thing that we've been able to figure out is that 3 local restaurants have been investigated. But again, in terms of the exact source, we still don't know.
Why? Is there a reason they're not telling us? Clearly there is.
Yeah, so the answer from the health department, the Wake County Health Department specifically, is kind of twofold. One, they say health inspections at those 3 restaurants that they looked into yielded no wrongdoings by those restaurants. Secondly, only 22 of the over 130 cases that we know of in Wake County were tied to the restaurants themselves. And they did say that none of those 3 restaurants were even in the same town in Wake County. They also say none of the recent cases either have been linked to those restaurants. And that then led me to ask about grocery stores, farmers markets. Those were also being looked into. And Dan, the short answer the health department says is yes, because right now nothing's off the table because, again, no direct source has been identified.
It kind of makes me a little uneasy. You really don't know where this is coming from. So what can we do to protect ourselves? What should I do?
The best advice right now that health officials are giving to consumers and for our viewers to pay attention to, what I've been following at my own house, is to thoroughly wash your produce. Make sure you're cutting away any bruised or damaged areas, and to thoroughly cook your produce rather than eating it raw, because cooking it is going to kill any cyclospora. And Dan, again, we're going to continue to work this story, try to get our viewers that information, because we're just like you. We want to know too, to keep ourselves and our family safe as well.
Grace, thank you.